Kaiseki Anime, where we air new episodes every other week. Kaiseki covers currently airing anime, older series seen recently, and other relevant topics for the season. I'm your host Marina of the blog Anime BNB, and with me is my co-host Draggle of the cleverly titled Draggle's Anime Blog.
This week, we discuss an observation log of my fiancée who calls herself a villainess, and always a catch. This title is quite a handful. An observation log of my fiancée who calls herself a villainess. I should be used to it by now, but I'm not.
It always surprises me, and it's always interesting to see like how they can try to remake what is like a tired thing now, the overly long title.
Yeah, and a tired premise too. How many shows have we had about the villainesses being secretly good?
Yeah, it seemed fresh like how many years ago now? And now we're getting like multiple every season.
It must have been like at least 5 years ago, probably.
You think so?
Probably like 10 years ago.
No way is it 10 years ago. Like maybe
Okay.
5 years, maybe during the pandemic. I'm not sure when it started happening again. Like that I noticed it was happening every season.
Oh, yeah. But the first one, the farming one, what was it called? Hamefura. That one must have been before the pandemic. Wait, let's just check.
Okay.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Hamefura started April 5th, 2020.
Hamefura, Bacarina, those were all like the
Bacarina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the tags for. We're talking about My Next Life is a Villainess. All routes lead to doom.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah, spring of 2020, right? And now we have an observation log of My Fiancé, which is all the way now in 2026. And what surprised me is, I guess I should have known this from the title, is that the observation log is the guy, right? Which, like, for some reason I didn't expect that, even though it's like obvious, like, who is speaking in the title, right? Like,
Right.
We're going to have more of the princess POV. And for some reason I thought it would be more of the villainess's POV, since she's the one who is a reincarnation, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what part of makes it stand out from the previous villainous ones, how it's from the prince's perspective. Usually in the villainous shows, like, there's a whole harem, right? And in this one there is too, but I don't think any of them, none of them stand a chance aside from the prince.
Yeah, and we know that, right? Because it's his POV. Like, we see his complete lack of interest in, like, anybody, right?
And he is coldly eliminating his rivals in the background.
Yeah, well, and he's also, like, eliminating her issues, right? And she doesn't even know it.
Right. She's such an idiot. I guess that goes with the genre. But the prince is not an idiot.
Yes.
And he's very funny. Same with his sidekick, his butler. Don't know his name, but honestly, it's like always the same joke in this show, but it's still funny every time. The villainess like does something stupid to be evil, and the prince like sees her plan and counteracts it, and then the butler is like, I know what he's thinking, and then the prince is like, Butler, you're in trouble later.
I think the butler's name is Zeno.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And Zeno, which like shocked me just like it shocked Bertia, is I didn't realize that, because we see him as a human all the time, that he's actually a spirit.
Right.
And like in this world, apparently, like spirits are a common thing to sort of have as your sidekick, right? Or to like form a contract with or a connection with. We don't actually like see them doing anything official to make this bond happen. But it seems to be a thing like with Bertia's, what was it? Like he like licked her blood or something. And then she like gave it an quote unquote offering, not really, she was feeding him. And then, like he like licked her wound. And so that was like a blood pact or something. And hello, now you have a familiar.
Yeah, and the heroine brainwashes people with her familiar.
Yeah, the heroines is interesting. I do really like this dynamic between Bertia, the quote unquote villain, and Heronia, the quote unquote heroine, and how like they are very much like flipped in what their roles are supposed to be.
Yeah.
And like Heronia's is actually, her spirit and her powers are very scary.
Yeah. Brainwashing power.
And like it's interesting because like if you're playing a video game, right, where you're supposed to be the heroine character, like you just think of yourself as charming, I guess, because it's a reverse like otome, right? A romance game.
Right.
So you're trying to like charm people. But like when you're seeing like the flip side of it, it's actually like instead of it being just like she's just like a loose woman, or no, she just like is loving to multiple people. Like this is like going way further than that, right? Like she's actually like brainwashing them.
Yeah. And she has her crowd of brainwashed minions too.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess another thing that surprised me is that it shouldn't surprise me because we've seen it before in other villainous anime, but she is also reincarnated, right? Both Bertia and Heronia are reincarnated from girls who had played the Otome games when they were alive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd been assuming that, but I wasn't sure if they actually said that straight out.
I'm pretty sure I remember like a revelation like that. And that's why like they're both, like the two of them are so bent on following the intended plot line, right? Like they're like, this is how the game is supposed to go, right? This is why Heronia is always supposed to be with the prince. Like he's supposed to fall in love with her. And it's like, it's not going that way. For good reason, right?
Yeah, the Bertia is completely in denial though.
Yeah, just from the beginning, right? Because this was like even when they were children, which I'm really glad actually that we started with them as children, that we moved on from that point quickly, that we didn't linger too long with them as kids.
Yeah.
I am enjoying them again as like, what are they, in high school now?
Probably, yeah.
I think. Yeah, it's nice having that transition having happened sooner rather than later, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just like seeing all of her observations with Cecil, Prince Cecil, that he like takes her seriously enough to actually like investigate whenever she talks about something, an event in the game, and then like is able to, through careful planning, circumvent it, right? Like the plague, the supposed plague. So really, she's just saving the world, right? She's saving the kingdom.
She is, yeah, but she's trying to be evil, which just makes it even more funny.
I loved her book when she was a little girl, the book like that she gives her dad on how to be like a bad guy, right? Yeah. You're supposed to be corrupt. You're supposed to like try to do all these like underhanded deals with all these like sketchy nobles, right?
And totally backfired.
Yeah, well, what kind of scared, another thing that scared me was like her being friendly with that like creepy ass noble who is actually like leery towards young children, right? I was like, holy crap. Like, and she didn't even realize what was happening. And of course the prince is like, I got eyes on that. We got to fix that problem. Yeah, I'm having way more fun with this than I thought I would be.
Yeah, me too. It's definitely an enjoyable show.
And I think you're the one who told me to watch this because it wasn't originally on my radar. Like, I totally skipped it, I think.
I think I was. I suspected you would like it, and I guess I was right.
Yeah. You were right. Thank you.
Yeah. I know the other one I watched, I recommended you. I was probably gone on, but it's okay.
Wait, which one was that? Was that the
Chinese communist isekai?
Wait, did you finish watching it? Because I thought you already had watched like all of the episodes, and you seemed to still like it even after the fact.
Yeah, I did like it.
Okay, I've still only watched one episode. I actually liked that first episode.
Yes.
Yeah. Plans are to continue to finish it. I mean, it's only 8 episodes, right? What's that?
Yeah, only 8.
Yeah, and I'm liking this one, an observation log. So 2 for 2.
Sweet.
Now, unlike the previous one, Always a Catch is not that we know of, because an observation log was confirmed to be a 12-episode ONA. Always a Catch, I don't see an episode count announced just yet, but I'm assuming it will also probably be 12 episodes.
Yeah, I feel like that's most likely.
Feels like the pacing that we're getting, like the style of the show that it is, that 12 episodes is the most logical amount that they're willing to give it.
Yeah. But it's been I don't think it makes sense for 12 episodes. It's more of a light show. And
it is a very light show.
Yeah. I think it's a similar vibe to the observation log. Both of them have the fiancé to the prince.
Right.
And it's a fun play on their kind of strange relationship. And this one, the difference is that the prince really loves how violent the girl is.
I don't even know if it's just the violence. It's just like how refreshingly open she is. How
and they start dating when he dumps her even though they weren't dating yet, which was very funny.
Yeah, that was an interesting premise, right? So even though similar to the previous one that they're like this engaged couple, the first one it was planned from the start, right? Like their parents agreed that they were going to be engaged.
Right.
This one, the main character Maria, she wasn't originally engaged to Renato. He was engaged to her friend, her best friend Ida. And Ida's like, come visit me or whatever. And then Maria is sent to the city and stays with Ida and is supposed to find herself a husband because now the family has a male heir. And so she is no longer the heir to the families, right? Mm-hmm. So she has to get married. And apparently Prince Renato has terrible eyesight, right? And he like has interacted with his fiancée Ida so little that he doesn't actually like know much about her other than the color of her hair. So then when he like goes to break up with her for political reasons, I think, not because he dislikes her, he accidentally breaks up with Maria.
Well, it wasn't for political reasons, right?
Wasn't it?
No, it was because she was in love with his brother.
Oh, that's right. Well, it was actually for both, right? Like he was like avoiding her and like trying to deal with like this other girl who he was showing attention to so that he could catch that other girl's family and their corruption. And he knew that Ida and Placido were like meant for each other.
Right.
Placido is his younger brother.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Thank you. The Maria's character, when he like quote unquote breaks the engagement off, and then she like freaks out, right? She punches him. What does she do to him?
No, okay. This is the one complaint I have about this show. Like, it has such a great setup to this moment, which was the climax of the first episode. And then once it gets there, she doesn't punch him. She should have punched him. She just says, you need to get glasses.
Which is funny, actually. It's true.
But it was like such a disappointment. And then the episode like ends right there. I was a bit disappointed by that.
Okay. This is where we're getting close to what one of my favorite things about her character design. Because, okay, so she doesn't punch him, but she does.
She should have punched him.
Yell at him. Yeah, she should have punched him, and she yells at him. Actually, I don't know if I condone violence, except for your entertainment, Draggle.
I condone violence in anime.
Okay. But that's what catches his interest in her, is like the way that she blew up at him. And so that's when he gets to know her and then proposes. And then now she is the actual fiancée to Prince Renato and is now the like to be queen of this kingdom someday.
Yes.
But the reason why I'm going back to the whole should she have punched him or should she not have punched him thing was that her hair accessory, which is something designed by her family, like every child in the family, of which I think she has like, 3 sisters or something. And then like her brother, they all have this cool like family heirloom thing that they design around the family crest. And hers is like a hairpiece that looks like brass knuckles.
Yes.
And I expected her in that scene to take it out of her hair, put it on her hand, and punch him.
Has she ever
she never uses
used
it like
brass
that.
knuckle?
No.
I don't think so. No. She doesn't need it.
They reference it repeatedly later, right? They're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, this is for my family. I designed this with my dad, blah, 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 blah. But she never puts it on or uses it as brass knuckles. And we never see them fight with brass knuckles. They just use like their bare hands, right? And their,
she doesn't
knees, legs,
need it.
Whatever.
Everyone she fought was too weak.
She doesn't need it. Well, that's why she was, even though she's the youngest, That's why she was the heir to the family, right? Because she was the strongest.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't think that her older sisters are as strong as she is.
I think her older sisters are like don't fight at all.
No, I think they're more like the expected like ladies. They were raised as ladies, right? And then she showed promise very early on, which is why she was starting to be raised as like, you're going to lead this family now.
Yeah,
and then
but she doesn't know the lady good manners stuff. That's why she's been trained, I think. Now she's being trained.
That's how she got the prince, If she was trained like her sisters, she would never have landed Prince Renato.
Yeah. And now the prince is training too and punching people.
Well, actually, that's my question, because is he truly... I feel like he was already good at combat when he met her, which I think makes sense because I thought that it's not that uncommon for royals to be trained for like self-defense and stuff.
Well, I think didn't he learn like swords and horses and stuff Now he's practicing his punching.
Yeah. Because remember, she has like that comment with her dad where the dad's upset that she's getting married. And then when they're like asking about her fiance, she mentions how strong he is. Like he can like stand up to her, which like surprises everyone, right? And so now they're all like wondering like, oh, is he actually like a fighter, or like how strong is he?
I don't think she meant that he could fight her though. I think she just meant that like he could sneak up behind her without
he can
her
sneak
noticing.
up on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
There's,
is a skill.
Thing going on.
Yeah. So then there's the question. I remember seeing a comment on one of the forums, which I have started to return to forums as opposed to, since I don't really go on Blue Sky much. And I don't really enjoy like the Discord form of it. I like the more public kind of forum thing.
Yeah.
There was speculation. I was like, oh, is he an assassin? Or is he trained as an assassin to like take
that
out
would be
his
pretty funny
political opponents or something? I don't know. I mean, if he's the eldest, wouldn't it be better for the second prince to be like that?
That would make more sense. But right? I would be very entertained if he was secretly an assassin. There's gonna be like the final arc. They do an assassination together.
Maybe. No way. She's too sweet.
Or like he's doing an assassination and she tries to stop him, but then they realize that murder is right together.
No, you're making stuff up again. This is Draggle's fanfic of Always a Catch.
Yeah, it's okay.
But yeah, I've been enjoying this show. I don't think I'm enjoying this as much as an observation log, but I still quite like Always a Catch.
Yeah, I quite like it. I feel like it's kind of got distracted. Like now they're just fighting random bandits and stuff. Like
it's gotten slower, right?
Yeah, like it would be good if we actually have a story and feel like we're heading somewhere.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, this is from the studio Troika, which in recent years has done stuff like what I watched, Dark Moon, the Blood Altar. I don't think you watched. It was like that reverse harem vampire at school stuff. And then The Two Perfect Saint, which I think we both watched, which was another sort of, I don't know if that's not really a villainess, but it's more like
it's like
villainized saint.
A female isekai.
Yeah. And both of those, I think, no, I said villainized. Like everyone around her treated her like she was the bad one, or like she was, because she didn't have like a bubbly personality, right?
I see. Okay.
I feel like both of those, while they don't have the same director, I feel like they started out stronger than they became later, which is like they just got a lot slower throughout the season, which I feel is happening here.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping it'll pick up at the final arc.
Yeah, I think so. But it's still been funny. So.
Yeah, for the most part, it's entertaining enough for me to forgive like the slow sections.
Yeah, not a masterpiece or anything though.
No. Tune in again to Kaiseki Anime Podcast 2 weeks from now. Please feel free to send us questions or comments on Blue Sky with hashtag Kaiseki Anime Podcast, or on our individual accounts at Draggle and at MarinaBNB.
Listen to and review us on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts so we can continue to grow and improve. Thanks for listening. See you next time.